Hey everybody, Avi Abelo, IsraelOnWire.com for a little Bible Torah inspiration about life for everybody. This goes to the heart of the story of King David. Just to remind everyone, the most famous sin of King David, one of the most famous stories we all remember about King David, the greatest king ever in the Jewish people, is about a horrible sin that he committed. And I'm talking about the sin of him taking Bathsheba as his wife. Just to remind everyone, Bathsheba was a woman, the wife of one of his soldiers, and he saw her. She was beautiful. He's the king, and he wanted her. So basically, he sent her husband Uriah out to the front lines of a battle. He was killed, and he took Bathsheba to be his wife. That's after he already slept with her when she was still married to Uriah. A horrible sin. Now, just putting things into perspective, King David is the beginning of the kingdom of the Jewish people, a kingdom that that God really didn't want, right? God only allowed the Jewish people to have a king because they wanted to be like every other nation and have a king to lead them. So basically, it's the first time the Jewish people are experiencing power. That a person can have so much power, all the power, because he is king. And for that time, and for millennia, kings and people of power do things that are wrong because they have the power, so they do it, no matter how wrong it is, because they have it. And basically, God teaches King David a lesson. He sends the Navi, Nathan, to King David, telling him, you just sinned in the eyes of God, what you just did. And basically he said, your punishment is that, one, there's going to be death in the house, and there's always going to be violence in your own family. So, first of all, some people, when they look at the Bible, they look at Torah, they look at how God interacts with mankind, and they say that God is a vengeful God, right? Because of the punishments, or how he says, because you did this, you did not listen to me, then therefore you will be punished like this. So there is that thought that God somewhere in the Bible is a vengeful God. I'm going to be giving a totally different perspective. It's not looking at God that he's a vengeful God. It's the understanding that God created humanity and created the Jewish people for a purpose within humanity to help him make a better world. That we as people should be better people. The whole Bible, all the Torah, and is basically an instruction booklet for us to live a lifestyle in order to bring humanity and morality to the world. That doesn't mean every Jew is perfect. That doesn't mean every religious Jew is perfect, but is a system that allows the Jewish people to stand up for a certain code of morality in the world, to therefore spread and influence all of humanity. And basically, that's what has happened over the millennia. Christianity came from Judaism. Islam came from Judaism. Other cultures, morals, the Judeo-Christian values is basically from Judaism. That is the core of the moral standards of the world from the Bible. And God gives out punishments to teach lessons in order to make that we improve our lives to make the world a better place, as he's looking for us to do. So I don't look at God as a vengeful God, but I look at God giving out punishments in order to help move along society. Does that mean I understand everything and I still have questions about God? Of course. Now, what is the name that helps us understand this? God allows King David to have another child with Bathsheba after the first child dies after being only 7 days old, as punishment for him taking Bathsheba and having her husband killed off so he can marry her. So the first child dies 7 days old. Then she conceives and gives birth to a second child. And that second child is named Yedidyah. Okay? The friend of God. And the prophet tells King David that he likes this child and he loves this child. And the lesson that God gave over to David, one of the first kings, the second king of the Jewish people, was check your power. Just because you're king, you cannot use your ultimate power. Power abuses, and absolute power totally abuses. And this was God's message to David. Even though you are king, even though you are the all-powerful, you are not the all-powerful. I, God, am above you. And you have to use your power responsibly. And he gave that message to David, both with the punishment of him losing his 7-day-old child that was born, the first one born from Bathsheba, who he took in a very wrong way, but then allowing his second child to then be the loved child of God, who turned out to be King Solomon, Shlomo HaMelech. So those are my 2 words today of what we can learn about God and his expectations from us. 1, from the Bible. 2, from this famous story of King David. And 3, to give each and every one of us the understanding, no, we don't understand God, but understand the ways of God, whether we understand or not, are for the best, even with how all the hardship it is and the sadness that it gives us. But our purpose, after we question and we get no answers of why God does something, because we don't have that answer, we move forward in internalizing how we can be better people and make the world around us a better place. That is the essence of each and every story in the Bible. That is the essence of each and every moment in your life and in my life. What do we learn about now, about this situation, to improve and be a better person and make the world a better place? And that is the God I look to when I study the Bible. Thanks everyone for watching. Have an amazing Shabbat. If you enjoyed this, please share and spread the attitude of gratitude and learning, constantly learning and improving to make your own life a better place, the life of your family and the loved ones around you a better place, and to make a difference in the world just by who you are and how you act. It's that simple. Thanks for watching, everyone. Shalom from the eternal and ancestral homeland of the Jewish people, the Judean Hills.